All right, 7th graders, lesson 74, fractional part of a number, part 2. Again, we need to remember the word of. We will put the multiplication symbol in for that, and the word is, we change that to an equals sign. So if we look at example 1, what fraction of 56 is 42? So what fraction of 56 is 42? So we make that math problem, and we see that we have a answer, and we have a multiplication problem. I need to solve for that problem over there. The opposite of multiplication is division. I would divide both sides by 56 to cancel this out and put 56 over here, so I'm left with what fraction is 56 of 42. So now I've got a fraction over here, and I can reduce that fraction. Okay? I can either solve it on paper and do 42 divided by 56, and it's going to give me a decimal number, which I'm going to have to convert to a fraction. Or I can try to reduce over here. Maybe say I can divide by 2, and so I'd have 28, and I see I can divide that both by 7, so I'd have 3 over 4. So 3/4. Or if I did it this way down here, 56 will go into 427 times. 56 times 7. 42, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So we'd have 392. Subtract that. That'll give us 28. Bring down the 0. 56 will go into there 5 times exactly. 0. So I'd have 0.75, which I'd have to convert, because remember they're asking for over here what fraction of 56 is 42. So if we look at here, we can say what fraction of 56 equals 42. So we're saying if I have a whole big box and the whole thing equals 56, and they say, well, you can have 42 of it, so maybe the box there's 56 things, but you only get 42 of it. What fraction of this whole big box is 42? And if we look here, we can say, well, it's, it's this many. It's 3/4. So that's our answer, 3/4. We say out of the 56, out of the whole 56, we only get 42. Well, that's 3/4 of 56. So that's what we're figuring out here. But again, we can express this as a fraction or a decimal. We can figure it out. In this case, they wanted a fraction, so we do this. Sometimes they might ask for a decimal. Let's look at example 2. 75 is what decimal part of 20? So again, the main thing here is remembering what the words of and is mean. So we've got our problem here. So again, I want to get the what decimal all by itself, so I'll divide by 20, cancel that out, and then over here I have divided by 20. So now I have 75 divided by 20, and I know this way I'm going to get a decimal answer when I divide these two. 20 will go into here 3 times. That'll be 60. Bring that down. Put decimal up here. 20 will go into here 7 times. That'll be 140. And 20 will go into 105 times. So my answer is, what decimal is 20 of 300 of 20 is 75. It's 3.75. So that means I need 3 20s and then 3/4 of a 20, which is 15, to get to 75. So I need a 20, a 20, and a 20. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then I'd need a 15, which is 3/4 of a 20. And if I add all those up, then I get 75, which is what I was asking about. So the answer here would be 3.75. Let's go on to example 3. Again, 3/4 of what number is 60 equals 60. So 3/4 of what number? So again, I've got a big number, and I want to know these 3/4 is 60 of it. So what is this big number? What is it a part of? If I divide up these 3/4 are 60. So if I have this extra section over here, what's my answer going to be? So again, I need to get the what number all by itself. So I multiply by the reciprocal, so that this will cancel out over here. This will equal 1. So over here, I multiply by the reciprocal as well. So 60 over 1 times 4 over 3. I can reduce ahead of time, make that 1/20. 20 times 4 will equal 80 over 1. So my answer here is 80. The big number, this whole big box, was equal to 80. So the what number is 80. Hopefully that explains it for you. That's clear enough. This is a visual example down here of what we're doing, and we can also solve it mathematically. So a couple of different ways. I would say this way, kids forget initially they've got the 3/4, and how do I get rid of that? Well, just remember, just multiply it by its reciprocal to equal 1. Do the same thing to the opposite side. That's it for today. You can get started on your lesson practice.